The now it's around 140.
So how many people are going to university? You never knew about it, right?
I actually asked them based on statistics. They gave us like a database kind of thing. It's not really updated. It's based on last year. It's around 2,000.
Asian students. Asian students studying in USIT is 2,000, but those that you can reach out is not that much.
It's like only 10% of the students going.
So in other words, if you go to the ISS and you ask, please disseminate this information about our event, they're not going to do it.
No, they are separate. Yeah. I will try to ask the university to, I'm not sure if it's possible, to disclose all their emails so that we can show them.
You don't ask them to disclose to you, but you ask them to disseminate.
No, they wouldn't do it.
They will not do it.
Yeah, it's separate.
The only thing that, like as for UNSW, no, we don't need to pay for any access card or anything like that. It's just that if you join UP, which is our student union, you just get a discounted price. That's about it. But they are both the same thing. There's no distinction as of how UNICIT is. But you can advertise your events with ARC, but they will not send out emails as themselves to any society, any students or anything like that. And we cannot, like House does it, we cannot get the database or the email addresses of Malaysian students because it's a uni regulation that you cannot give out.
It's Australian thing, Privacy Act thing.
Yeah, it's a Privacy Act.
Talking about signing up emails to members through the uni, I've checked with the International Student Database in my uni.
Okay.
This office, and I went there and checked with them. We have 85 Malaysians currently in UTS, and you actually can ask them to send out an email to Malaysian members, which I've done already, telling them about our club and introducing them to our club. And so far, a few of them has replied. They do give us. They can't give us the email, but they can help us to send out emails. I didn't approach the union or the union. I approached the
ISS, International Student Office. Okay. So maybe SWAMS and MSO can do that. So they can try, or we can, the consulate can contact ISS and ask that as well. On behalf of MSO and SWAMS. Yes. Right.
If I may give my opinion as well, I think for MSO, right? Not really for MSO, I think like for all of the unis that we have, it's like the students in Sydney, we are somehow segregated based on the groups that we are friends with. So if our friends join this event, we will. And I think most of the UMNO members and PPMS members are Malays, of those that are studying in UNSW. So maybe what you can do is to like maybe discuss with Raja and Zaz, president of PPMS, on like you can collaborate your event or something like that, like what you did for Pasar Malam, and that actually a lot of new people actually come for that event. Yeah, maybe more of those collaboration with the clubs that have a lot of other members that is studying in UNSW. Yeah.
May I suggest something? How about we go from each athletes to like report how many members actually, and proportionally how many people, how many Malaysians are in the, so that we can like solve this problem as a whole, not in a particular. I think every athlete as well, their own. Maybe if you could.
Kevin? Well, I was talking to the Singaporean Students Association, and I found out about their recruitment. What they did was, during the departure briefing, they actually recruited people then back in Singapore itself. And since once we're in Sydney, we tend to have our own cliques. And if our clique is with, let's say, the Malaysian Students Association, then they'll probably attend the events. But if their clique is outside of it, they won't. So I'm thinking about really promoting our own clubs and societies back home itself.
Okay, the thing is, back in Malaysia last year, we do have the pre-departure briefing, but we only got in contact with IDP, MARA, and only JPA. But all of these students are in, we are in contact with them. But the thing is, the private students, we can't get through them, and it's very difficult for us to actually recruit them back in Malaysia because they come from all over Malaysia. You have to understand, Singapore is only like one country by itself. but we have like students coming from Pulau Pinang, you know, from Malacca, from even Terengganu, even Kelantan, or all over Malaysia. So it's pretty difficult to do that. But it's a good idea because this year when I got back from Malaysia to through Melbourne, I went to the Melbourne airport, and then I saw this city of Melbourne doing this one booth saying that welcome to the new students, no matter from where they are. So I was thinking, I was like, you know, I was asking this like the manager of that event, but it's an event by the Melbourne Council, Melbourne City Council, something like that. Could actually we, as Malaysian Student Council, do some like, you know, collaboration with them to actually get all the students who actually arrive within that time period to actually register on the spot at the airport itself. So could be a good idea. So I don't know, maybe it's just a suggestion that I saw last time, because I think it's very good because they are giving all the pamphlets about Melbourne and everything. So, you know, maybe student uni, we could suggest something to the Sydney City Council, something like that.
Actually, with regard to Kevin, I'm not sure whether you were aware, but in the summer, the UNSW had a specific pre-departure briefing.
Yes.
I think there was one for UC as well.
Yep.
Because as one of the SRC person was down in KL. I'm not sure what else she did. But UNSW had a pre-departure briefing itself. There were 40 people who came, and yeah, I think it's a good start to start registering back then. But this is maybe if UC has 2,000 students in UC, then there should be international marketing officer. You can maybe talk to them and see whether you can arrange a pre-departure briefing back home in Malaysia first for UC bound students only, and then you can restart the recruitment there.